Yes, people, welcome back to another stream on Orstox Football. This is your Game Week 4 preview. And today, we got lots of guests today, but before I add them, obviously, every stream can have to shout out the sponsor. So ASA Kits, 10% discount. If you go on their website, type in Orstox Football, no space, no caps. You can get 10% on all tracksuits and all shirts. Let's add the first guest, Sani. How you doing?
I'm doing well, brother. It's good to be back. It's another game week, more Premier League action. What else can be said?
Yeah, we got Bruno's football talk. Love the intro. I appreciate that. And the next guest, you guys should know, he's usually a regular. Marnie, how you doing, Marnie? You're mute, Marnie. You're mute. Oh,
yeah, I had to mute it for the introduction. Anyway, all good, son. Thanks a lot for having me. Good to be back amongst you lot. Sani, as always, a pleasure. Love the
good
cap.
to have you, Marnie. The next guest is Luca. How you doing, Luca?
Big up, man. I'm good, man. I'm very good.
That is good. That's good to hear. And then the new guest, Luke. How you doing?
Doing good, my friend. Look, I really appreciate you allowing me to come on today. It's going to be an interesting talk. It's going to be an interesting chat. Really good to see everyone else here as well.
100%. Big up, man. Big up. And Hanno, how you doing, Hanno?
I'm good, Orest. I'm good. Yeah.
It's good to hear, man.
Top 4.
Well, you getting top 4, yeah? Or
Yeah.
how's that? Okay. Let's save it for today. Let's save it because I still need to add lots of guests, man. He's been on the channel before. You guys should know him. Louis, how you doing, Louis?
Good. How are you? Nice to see everyone.
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Pleasure for having you on. Joe, how you doing, Joe?
Good, thanks. Nice to see you.
Yeah, and special guest is Jez. How you doing, Jez?
Evening, guys. How are we?
Good, man. Good. How are you, Jez?
All good, man. All good. Yeah, looking forward to the game tomorrow. And should be some good games this weekend, to be fair.
100%. Let's talk about the first game, lunchtime kickoff, Southampton versus Manchester United. Let's start with Sani, obviously, because he's a Man United fan. Sani, give us your thoughts.
Listen, I'm going to say something right now, and that is that I think it's going to be 1-1. I just think, personally, a lot of our fans are getting carried away after that win against Liverpool. Granted, we played well, agreed. But a lot of it needs to be considered in terms of how Liverpool played in that game as well. Liverpool weren't the best. They're going through a bit of a dodgy spell. And we got the win, and thank God we did. But Southampton's not going to be easy. I know everyone's talking about Hassan Hutel, the signings they didn't really make. They didn't make that many signings this summer as well. But I think it's going to be rocking at St. Mary's. I personally think it's going to be 1-1. I think Ten Hag's probably going to go for the same side, bar obviously Martial, because we all know he's injured now. Ronaldo's probably going to start, but I think it's going to be 1-1. I think it's going to be a cagey affair. We're going to have more of the ball because what people need to understand as well is in that Liverpool game, we had less of the ball. So naturally, we had a more solid midfield and back line. But I think in this game, we need someone to penetrate their defence. And I'd like to see Casemiro start, but I don't think he's going to start. I think he'll be on the bench. So I think it's going to be McTominay, Fred, maybe Ericsson. I think he'll probably go Bruno. But I think it's going to be 1-1.
Interesting. Marnie, what about you? What do you think this game will go?
I'm going to disagree with Sani and say that particular result against Liverpool was definitely the start of Ten Hag cracking the whip and making sure that nothing less than the best will do. Because a lot of people have been calling for Maguire to be dropped. And I wouldn't necessarily say that he was the worst defender against Brentford, but he definitely was culpable in many ways. I was surprised to see Martinez retained, but he surprised me by having a pretty good game, although I still do believe that when it comes to, coming up against really big muscular forwards with the height and the frame, he might still get found out like he was against Brentford.
Yeah.
But making those two big calls, making the changes he needed to make was something that he had to do, and it paid off wonderfully. And I certainly wouldn't want to go around, dampening that by saying that Liverpool were poor. Because yes, a few of them did have a bad game, but again, you can only play against the team that's in front of you. And this is going to be the start of the team improving, getting better, and obviously we're going to talk about the Europa League draw, I'm sure. The fact that they've got a decent draw will also add as motivation for them to do as well as they can this season. So going to St Mary's, let's bear in mind that they got that good win against Leicester, but they still have a few issues as well with regard to the team being able to gel. And it's not going to be an easy win, but it will be a good win. It will be that win which solidifies that start. And I'm going to go for a 2-1 win here. I predict a 2-1 win. So it won't be easy. It might be ugly, but it will be a win nonetheless. 2-1 here.
100%. Luca, what's your thoughts on this game?
Southampton versus Manchester United. Yes, Manchester United fans are getting overgassed and overhyped up just because they beat Liverpool, right? The thing is with United Southampton, yes, this is one of those games where, yes, Manchester United should be really optimistic going into this game because of the confidence, but I wouldn't underestimate Southampton because it's a type of game where, you know what, Man United could lose this game. But I think Man United will win this game against Southampton because I think Southampton have not really been on greatest form this season and they've not really been that great this season. But I think United will get this win. Score prediction, I'm going to go for Manchester United to win 2-1.
Interesting. Luke, what do you think?
Well, I think it's going to be an interesting game. Now, obviously, yeah, as everyone has said about, obviously, Manchester United beating Liverpool, I don't think it is going to be that breakout for Manchester United to start getting loads of wins all of a sudden. But I do still think they will end up winning this game. My score prediction is 1-0 Manchester United. Now, it's interesting because, obviously, Manchester United did extremely well against Liverpool. I still think they will be confident and in better spirits than they were before the Liverpool game. I think they'll be a bit more confident. I don't think there'll be a lot of goals. I still think it'll be very, very, very tight as Man United are still in that dodgy area. And I still think Southampton are as well. I think they're very similar at the moment. But I do think that Manchester United will nick it. 1-0 for me, Manchester United.
Jez, what about you? How do you think this game will go?
Yeah, I'm going to go 2-1 United. They've had a tricky start to the season, but let's be honest, Manchester United, biggest club in English football. They had a terrible start to the season, as like Arsenal did last year, but they'll bounce back. They got a great top-class manager, man, and I agree with the statement that the manager's put his foot down and said, this is just appalling. You've got to do better. So I'm going 2-1 Man United.
Yeah, I agree with that. We're moving on to Joe because Hannah's not here. Joe, what do you think? How this game will
go? Obviously, United just came off on the back of a win to Liverpool, which is a big result. But I still think it'll be 2-2. I just feel like it'll be one of these. I just have a feeling it'll be a draw because I know Southampton aren't best, but I think this is the type of game where United will struggle. I don't know why. I just have a feeling. So yeah, I'll go 2-2.
Interesting. Louis, what about you? Do you think the same?
I think Man United. They're coming into this game with a win. So there is some confidence in the camp within the team. The previous two results against Southampton, they've drawn. And then there was that 9-0, which is probably not going to be seen again. But I think it'll be a closer game because Southampton's one of those teams where it's like it's a dodgy team. You don't want to play Southampton because it's like with any dodgy team like Burnley last season, you wouldn't want to play Burnley because of their style of football. Southampton, they're like that team that's just there. They're not really competing for anything. They're just there mid-table, not really doing anything. So I think it'll be a close game, but I think Man United might nick it 1-0.
100%. What about you, JP? Do you feel the same?
Yeah, I think. I'll just say the prediction right now. I think it's gonna be 2-0 United. It is a big win that they just came back off. It's not the same Liverpool as we've known from as of late, but recent time it's just that's what we gotta focus on. If they're still without their midfield, if they're still without Darwin, if they're still without Jota, it's we have to accept it. But what we saw at Old Trafford when they won, that it's something that I think they felt something that they haven't especially the fans have seen in a while, which was like hope. They had unity. It was that happiness. It was good to be a Manchester United fan, which I'm sure you would agree. And with looks like Casemiro is going to be joining for like this match.
Yeah.
I don't. That's why I'm gonna go with the nil. I mean, everyone's saying 2 or 1. It's gonna be United win, but with him joining that, I think now they figured out their back four situation. This newly rejuvenated Manchester United is gonna come back and make a streak going 2 wins in a row, and doesn't matter if it's at St. Mary's.
100%. Just a brief update. I put Jez's channel link in the comments. So guys, make sure you guys subscribe to us and the history and more. Great content in there. So make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't already. What's this comment? Sub to Luke's. Everyone a good job. Yeah, 100%, man. The next topic that I do have, he's not here, so we'll move on to the other game. Liverpool versus Bournemouth. I want to get, before I get obviously signing and stuff, what's your guys' thoughts on Liverpool? Like, why have they been so bad this season? Sonny, what do you think? Why have Liverpool been poor?
Been a few seasons. I think they've left their asthma inhalers from last season. They're still there, so they're not taking that anymore. But no, I think there's a few things. I think the injuries I think are key. Clearly, they've had very important injuries that haven't helped them. I mean, like, who would have thought Milner and Henderson would have been playing in that midfield against Man United at the start of the season? I don't think anyone would have. So that's crazy. I don't know. There seems like confidence has been zapped. I don't know where it's kind of come from. I don't know if people have found a blueprint to play against Liverpool, because it's 3 games on the bounce now that they haven't played well. Fulham, they didn't play well. Palace as well, and then obviously Man United as well. So it's weird. Injuries I think are key, like I said. Consistency, confidence. But they're a class team and they're they got a class manager. So I think if anything, it's the only way's up. So it's a weird one with Liverpool, but they're only going to get better.
No, 100%. Marnie, what about you? Why do you think Liverpool have been poor?
Prediction for this one: 4-0 Liverpool. Bournemouth were toothless against Arsenal. Even if Solanke does come back fit, I don't see them offering anything. Liverpool will want a response. Klopp will want a response. He will make sure they're firing on all cylinders. And this is just the type of game that Liverpool needs to make a statement and get back into form. I really shouldn't say anymore, but it is what it is.
The host left us or something?
I guess. Who wants to go next?
Sorry, Luca,
yeah.
Where's everyone else?
Well, I think the host
I think I'll stay on Liverpool v Bournemouth. To be honest with Liverpool, look, this is the thing, right? Liverpool lost to Manchester United just because they had all these injuries. Liverpool have got 9 players out injured, right? Jurgen Klopp didn't strengthen any of the midfield in the transfer market. Thiago Silva, great player, but he's always injured. Jordan Henderson and Milner can't last on forever. Why are you playing a 36, 35-year-old James Milner, right? And then you haven't gone out and obviously strengthened Jude Bellingham in the transfer market. That is the answer for Liverpool. If I was a Liverpool fan, right, I'd be crying out thinking, why would you want to wait for Jude Bellingham next year? You go and get Jude Bellingham right now, or some sort of midfielder to go be an upgrade, right? Sadio Mane is a massive, massive blow for Liverpool, right? Mane is better than Mo Salah, 100%. Mane is better than Mo Salah, because I'll tell you why. Mane, right, brings a lot to the team, right? Don't get me wrong, Salah is a good player, right? But there's games where Salah can sometimes go missing. That's where you see. I know it's only been a few games this season, but Mane makes such a good difference. But talking about the game, Liverpool, I do think they will get this job done. Bournemouth were terrible last week against us last week. And I can't see Bournemouth going to Anfield getting anything out of the game. So I'm going for a 2-0 Liverpool win.
I think that's a fair assessment, I guess. I don't know. Luke's probably next.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I agree that they're going to get absolutely thrashed. I mean, they're at Anfield again, and we know Klopp is one of the best managers to have a good relationship with players. He's very what I see of Klopp, he's very, very, very good with building great relationships with his players. So, yeah, I think you boys are gonna really said the most out of what that game's gonna be. But my score prediction is gonna be 3-0 on that game. I just think Liverpool are going to prove a point, get some goals in, and just destroy them. Really, they're not good enough. Bournemouth, they got destroyed against Arsenal, and I think it will happen again.
Yeah, I think there's some very interesting observations made from Luke and Jez. The question is obviously, I mean, Luke just said 3-0. Do you think Liverpool are going to get a clean sheet, and do you think Liverpool are going to come away with the victory?
Absolutely, man. I've actually predicted 3-0, and I actually have to totally agree with Luca. They haven't strengthened their midfield. They've lost Mane, and I totally agree with what Luca was saying. He is the catalyst, or was the catalyst in that team. And the fact he's now gone is, I was so surprised they let him go. I just find it bizarre. And I totally agree that Bournemouth totally capitulated against Arsenal. I mean, that was one of the best Arsenal performances I've seen in a very, very long time. And long may it continue. I know we've got bigger boys coming up soon, but I think I'm going 3-0 Liverpool.
Yeah.
It's another clean sheet in the bag then. That's back-to-back clean sheets. And now we move over to Joel. You've heard, Hanno's back in the chat. So, Hanno, we've just heard a few of the predictions. I mean, everyone's talking about how Mane's a big miss for Liverpool. And the question is, do you think he's going to be a big miss on the weekend, or is Diaz going to end up turning up for Liverpool and getting a few goals for him? What do you reckon?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Or Joe? Okay. For Liverpool, Diaz, he is always fire. He's always on fire. Except against United, he had zero chance. Ryan had him on smoke. Was on smoke. Right. So this game, I reckon Liverpool will win, but I think it will be tight. I think Liverpool will just sneak it 2-1.
Fair enough.
So and on United, my prediction for that game, I think just because Casemiro came in and there's good feel around the club, I think they will beat. They'll win 2-0. I reckon 2-0.
I'm here, Bruno's football tour. I'm here. I just have to do something. Wolves versus Newcastle live watching them. Well, Leo, are you doing that?
I'm thinking about it. It's just if I'm available. I'll be watching the game though.
Yeah, Hannah, you were going, so I missed this topic, so we're going to Chelsea versus Leicester. Before we talk about the actual game, obviously for fun. Before I get onto you, and I'll get the neutral fans in. So, what do you guys think about Brendan Rodgers? For me, I think he's 2 games away from being sacked. If he loses this game and the next game, I think he's going to get sacked. But I think his man management with Fofana has been shocking, to be fair. But JP, let's start with you. What do you think about Brendan Rodgers? How he has managed Fofana? Oh, you're mute. You're mute. Yeah, you're mute.
My fault. I was typing something. I thought he was already sacked, to be honest. But he's. It's gonna be this game's gonna be a double-edged sword for any Leicester fans because, yes, you're right that probably in the next couple of games. Let's see, they got Chelsea coming up this weekend, then United, Brighton. Their only possible result that could be against Villa, but then they're gonna play against Tottenham by United or Brighton. Rodgers is out. But the one thing is that why I say it's a double-sided sword. That if they pull a result versus Chelsea, is going to give them reason to keep Rodgers, and it's going to be a facade, and he's just ruining the squad. And you're right, the way they've been handling Fofana has been horrible. But I think he should leave. I don't know what he needs to do, but he just needs to get out of EPL. He go do what Steven Gerrard did and have all these Liverpool fans fooled that he's the next Messiah or something. But that's a different topic right there.
Yeah.
I mean, I can say the
He's
same-
more like
I can-
the Antichrist. That's what he is.
I can say the same thing for Lampard, but that's the thing. At least people always back up, Gerrard with the whole undefeated season he had with was it Celtic, Rangers, whatever. Yeah, and I don't know what they're keeping Brendan Rodgers for. I'm sure there's other managers that they could fill in that spot. I mean, Leicester has a decent squad as long as they can keep was it Tielemans, Madison. And it looks like they're going to keep Fofana. I think that the pursuit with Chelsea, getting Fofana is out the door. And they're going to try to penny pinch, get as much money as possible. It's going to backfire on them.
Yeah. Louis, what do you think as a neutral fan? How do you think Brendan Rodgers has done so far?
Well, they haven't really done much business in the transfer market. I'm just looking. They've already spent 16 million. And one of them was a free transfer from Cardiff. Two of them are loans. And then they've gotten rid of Kasper Schmeichel, Hamza Chowdhury, most players. The squad, it just, when I watch Leicester, the squad doesn't look, it looks like there's not very good morale in the squad. I mean, Jamie Vardy, when he's on a good day, can score goals. But Brendan Rodgers, I don't think he's not been doing a good job at all. I think he will get the sack in a couple of games' time. Who replaces him? Don't know. You need a miracle worker probably. But Brendan's not been doing a good job. I think he's getting on there. He's been there for the club a few years now. I think he needs a different challenge. I think he needs to move on and get someone doing. So Leicester can have some hope this season.
100%. Jez, what do you think about Brendan Rodgers this season?
Yeah, I think he'd been very poor, man. I thought Leicester against Arsenal was shocking. Vardy looks way off, man. It got to the point in that game. I actually is he actually on the pitch? Seriously. I just don't get, why would you let Schmeichel go?
Yeah.
Why? Why would you do that? That, I think, is going to cause them major issues this season. I mean, to me, he was a top-class goalkeeper. I mean, I'd have taken him at Arsenal all day. Seriously. But it is what it is. And I think Chelsea will beat them 3-0.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. I think it all comes down to the results. If they just battle them 3-0, maybe it's the end for Brendan Rodgers. But Bobby said Rodgers sacked, and I can see them going for Pochettino. That'll be very interesting, if they go for Pochettino. Very, very interesting.
That's a good shout, man. That's a good shout, actually.
Yeah, 100%. With Leicester, their transfer activity has not been good. But the thing is, I've seen people saying that they don't have money, but they do have money. Leicester are not poor. They do have money, but I don't know, they haven't just been spending it. But Hannah, will come to you now. This game, what's your thoughts and feelings for this game? You all prefer 3 points?
Definitely 3 points. If we don't get 3 points, is
2 throughout.
Yeah, 2. No. Like I said to you on my stream, if Arsenal or Tottenham finishes above Chelsea, Tuchel has to be.
What happened last season?
What happened last season? We finished third. Tottenham finished above and us. Also, bottom top 4 as usual.
I mean, nah. We'll get on to Arsenal. I'm sure.
Where I'm at.
I'm sure Luca, Joe, and Jez are patiently wait for Arsenal, but we will get onto them. But no, Hannah, surely no excuse this time. 3 points for Chelsea tonight. Honestly, I think Tuchel has to, go on.
Makes you say
You
that.
can't play Reece James right centre back, by the way. You can't do that.
You can't do that. No more.
No more.
Yeah.
Rather
It
put Connor
was
right there.
against Tottenham, but Tottenham are Tottenham. They're their own breed. anything can work against them. When we play them, we can send out the kids and we will still win. So,
Yes, I think I'm
but
pretty sure everyone's still predicting Chelsea wins. So let's move.
Chelsea win. They should win. As I think it's going to be a struggle with Tuchel not being at the sideline. So I think it is going to be a bit of a struggle. I reckon 2-1. 2-1 Chelsea.
Yeah.
That's what I got too.
I'm not optimistic. Like if we draw this game, I'm not going to be surprised.
I know if you lose, will you beat Tuchel out?
I'll be Tuchel maybe out. I will be like Joel.
Yeah, Joel. The last thing I'll say about Chelsea is I think the lineup is crucial to see future players. Like, honestly, I would drop Calvert's if I was to, because honestly, Calvert's is just,
Kai, he can play one more season, but next season.
So Ben Chilwell, Ben Chilwell needs to stop teaching him slang words rather than doing active football training school. I've seen that video.
Yeah.
Slang words. Like, honestly, just do more on the football. But let's move on. Arsenal, Fulham. I'm sure Luke has been patiently waiting for this. Top of the league vibes, Luca. But Luca, give me your thoughts, man.
Well, to be honest, going into this game, yes, Arsenal have won the first 3 games of the season. Of course, we beat Crystal Palace, Leicester and Bournemouth. Arsenal doing all right at the moment. But for me, let's not get too carried away, right? Because top gooners are getting too carried away a little bit because we haven't played anyone at the moment, right? Hearing Arteta's press conference at the moment is starting to give me a little bit of doubts at the moment. And I want to try and be optimistic at the moment, but what I've heard Arteta's press today, it doesn't look good at the moment but talking about the game anyway, I think Fulham have had a very good start to the season, right? I think Fulham picked up a great point against Liverpool. Mitrovic is doing very well at the moment. It's going to be a good test tomorrow. It's going to do a good test for Mitrovic against the likes of Saliba. And I think a lot of people were saying to me that he might target Zinchenko instead of Saliba. I'm not sure about that, but he might target the whole defence anyway. I do think Arsenal will win this game because we're at home. We've got a very good record against Fulham. The last time we played them, Eddie Nketiah scrapped an equaliser in the 97th minute and got a point. So, now I do think Arsenal will win this game, but I'm not getting too carried away because we've got Manchester United next weekend, and for me, I know we've got Villa in the week, but what I've seen Arteta's press conference, right, it's not good at the moment. I'm sorry, but I don't know why people are getting so hyped up and so excited that we're going to do bits. People,
Joel. Oh, sorry, but yeah, Joel. Joel, you know, with Joel, yeah, I think because Arteta said that, but he said some of the lines of on deadline they will do something special. He said something crucial, but I think what Arsenal needs to do is just honestly I don't know, just don't read into much what managers say in press conferences because honestly they just lie, man. But Jez, Arsenal Fulham, your thoughts?
Yeah, okay. I tend to agree a little bit with Luca, but not all of it. Arsenal have had a very good start of the season, the best for 2005-06. Fulham are a strange team. They've had a great start, but I'm going 3-1 Arsenal. Luca could put it right. Last season we struggled, but then let's get it right. Arsenal struggled in most of the games last season. So you could say it's negative positivity, but I'm going a positive. I did the other night on my show with Lee and Kenny and Northside.
Check it out, guys. Make sure you check it out. Yeah,
I did say 4-0. I'm retracting that. I'm going 3-1.
The haters will be like, "Oh my God, this is now being positive now about Arsenal." But yeah, it is what it is, man. Haters be haters. Money, your thoughts on this game?
Thank you very much indeed. I was beginning to think you'd forgotten all about me. I'm just joking.
Nobody can forget about you, Marnie.
No, just to be clear, Jez, Mr. Collins, you're pronouncing my name correctly. It's Manny, as in manicure.
Manicure.
So,
Okay. Manny.
Yeah.
Manicure, how are you doing
Thank you very much
manicure?
indeed.
I'll put
And,
in these one.
yeah. You know, so far when it comes to predictions, I think for Southampton and Manchester United, the only difference being Liverpool and Bournemouth, Jazz and I have the same predictions. I'm going for 3-1 too. Because I still think that Ramsdale won't keep a clean sheet, and the way that Fulham have been able to play quite effectively in the midfield to feed Mitrovic, they will score. But we're going to score a lot more, and one of the reasons why I'm quite happy, I'm not gassing up the team, God forbid. Knock on wood. I'm not doing any of that. But one thing which I will say is that after having struggled with Alex Lacazette and Eddie not ready in Ketia, it's good to see a more potent top two in Gabriel's, Jesus and Martinelli. And I know that there will be some goals in this for us. It means that the returning former Arsenal keeper Bernd Leno won't get his clean sheet, but he will get a warm welcome. And we will definitely score some goals. I'm going for 3-1 as well, and I like the way the team is developing. The only issue I might have with the selection is that I'm still not comfortable with Ben White as right back. If Tomiyasu is perfectly fit, I would either like to see him start or brought on for White after the hour. Because I still believe that when it comes to Ben White, playing at right back, it's a square peg in a round hole. And the fact that we still don't have proper right-back cover who are eager to play for us and be a part of the squad is something that angers me. We could have had Aaron Hickey. We could have had Jed Spence. We're stuck with Hector Bellerin, who is trying to get his contract terminated. We're getting rid of Ainsley Maitland-Niles, who apparently doesn't want to play at right-back, isn't good enough, whatever. And now we hardly have anything. And that, in a nutshell, is the way we're conducting our transfer business. But that's another issue.
Do you want Chris?
Marnie, don't worry. You got Subin Mikateta, man. It's fine. You got Subin Mikateta. He knows what he needs, right?
It'll be an easy win. 3-1. Enough said.
Yeah. Okay. Joe, your thoughts on this game, Joe?
I'm going to go with 2-1. I think Jesus will score 2. But Fulham have looked good so far this season. Obviously, they got the good result against Liverpool. Didn't they win 3-2 against Brentford after they beat Man U? So Fulham look good.
Okay, you don't have to mention that part.
Oh, sorry. But so Fulham on good form, but so are we. So I think we'll just get a 2-1 win.
Yeah, let's come to the neutrals now. Luke, do you think Arsenal will win this?
Now, listen, I've heard a lot of you Arsenal fans being not confident about this game. And I have to say, chill out, calm down. This is Fulham. You boys have played 3 games. You've won 3 games. This is the big, mighty Arsenal here we're talking about. They're going to do big things this year. Ben White in right-back position play against Bournemouth. I don't know what you're on about. He's playing amazingly. Listen, I'm going with 3-1 as well. I'm going with 3-1. I do think Mitrovic will be the guy who scores for Fulham, but we've got to be confident. If I was an Arsenal fan, you know, we're the top of the table at the moment. We're playing against Fulham. Come on now. They've just come up from the Championship.
Are you sure Arsenal's not your second team?
What's that, mate? What's that?
Who's your second team? It's Arsenal.
No. I'm just saying, like, you guys are not confident. Come on. It's Arsenal. We're playing Fulham.
In my perspective, Arsenal should win this.
Yeah, all day long. All day.
Look, we're confident about the win.
But the thing
we're just talking about things away from that.
If they can get a result against Liverpool, then I don't know. That's where I think Arsenal fans may not be confident. Because they've seen that Fulham can do something.
Easy win, boys. Easy win.
Okay, Luke.
Easy.
I know. Okay, we'll come on to Brian. But Sani, you're as a neutral. You expect Arsenal to win, right?
Mate, if Arsenal don't win this, you think it's the apocalypse because it's Fulham at home. Listen, Fulham have done all right, but Mitrovic, like I said, they got a big win last weekend, sort of thing. Mitro, all that sort of stuff. But I just think personally, Arsenal, Gabi Jesus, Odegaard, they're playing in form. They've got confidence. Saliba at the back, all that sort of thing. You know, I know they've got the tequila song going on, but listen, Fulham better take some tequila the night before because it's going to be brutal. I think 4-0 Arsenal.
Yeah.
With
that.
Arsenal, sorry, I'll get Lou and JP. I'll get on to you after this, but this question goes to Jez, Luca, and Joe. Obviously, deadline day is coming up. Do you guys expect any more signings, or do you think you guys are done now? Let's start with Luca. Yeah, go on, Luca.
Well, to be honest, look, this is what I'm worried about, right? Like, I don't really want to be a negative person. I want to be optimistic and say, you know what? We're top of the league at the moment. We've got Fulham tomorrow. We've got an opportunity to make it 12 points. And do I think we'll bring any signings in? Well, the reports, what I'm seeing at the moment is looking very doubts, to be honest. And if we don't bring any players in the transfer market from now to next Thursday, I think it's a complete failure in the window. I genuinely think it is. I think it's no, honestly.
Really?
No, honestly, I do think it is because we haven't gone and addressed the midfield. If Thomas Partey gets injured, who have we got? Granit Xhaka and Mohamed El Neni.
That's what I was saying to Joe, but Joe.
Sambi Lokonga might be going with Mourinho, right? Yeah. Lokonga's got a good future, and I like Sambi Lokonga, right? Yeah, he might not be ready at the moment, but a loan deal with Mourinho might actually get a very good Lokonga coming back next year, right? Granit Xhaka and El Neni, right? What are we supposed to do when we can't against them? But yeah, they done well last season, but we bottled top 4, right? If we don't bring someone like a Tielemans or a Neto is looking very unlikely. And if we don't bring a winger and Tielemans in, I am no optimistic in this team. I want to be positive. I want us to get behind, and I would always get behind the team on match day like tomorrow for assistance. But I'm saying if we haven't, because Arsenal, we never finish our business done in the transfer market. That is something what people got to realise. So with Gabriel Jesus, fantastic signing. Zinchenko, I think we've made some great signings, but we've got to get our business done. And if we do get Tielemans and a winger in, I think it's a great transfer window. I'm just going what I'm saying. So
yeah, there's already the comments saying that you're negative. Listen, I don't understand why people say, "Oh, you're negative" or this and that. It's good. It's high standards. So all this negative thing, it's about having high standards. But Jez, do you agree with Luca? Do you think if you don't bring anyone in, it's a failure?
I do to agree, but not wholeheartedly. We've brought in Jesus. We've brought in Zinchenko. My concern is we need another top-class striker. I've been saying it for a very long time. Nketiah is not good enough. If Jesus gets cropped, we've got Martinelli and we've got Nketiah. Now, Martinelli, I absolutely rate that fella. Seriously.
Yeah.
Nketiah, for me, no. He's just not the one to lead that front line. We need somebody in midfield. I totally agree with you. I personally will say this. I think Tielemans will come. Personally, that's my view. There is still time. But I would not say this is a bad transfer window. I think Edu and Arteta have learnt their lesson in being too, what's the right word? Not proactive enough.
Yeah.
But I think they have delivered, and I think the fans should be positive that the Cronkies have said, okay, we need to invest. So I'm just going to say this, guys. Arteta now, and you all know what I think of him, has had his chance. He has spent £350 million. So if this guy does not deliver this year, he has to go.
Yeah, 100%.
I agree.
And I will say this: if he's not challenging for the Premier League come Christmas, or we find ourselves in deep doo-doo in the UCL, then he has to go. He's had his chance. He's had all the backing in the world. And this is where the hate comes in from Arsenal fans. I just don't get behind it. I just can't see it. That everybody thinks this is the greatest manager in the world. He's not. He is not. He's won one FA Cup that he fluked with Unai Emery's team. And a lot of the players that won that FA Cup have gone. So, you know, let's get it in context here. So,
Do you think it will end up turning very good this season, Des, or do you think Arteta will get sacked?
That's a good point, man. I'm going to hold back on that one.
Right.
I'm going to hold back on that. But I think it's been a 70% decent transfer window, personally. The fact that we've already seen immediately Jesus, Zinchenko, their immediate impact of the team. I mean, obviously, Jesus is looking to get into that Brazil squad. That's quite clear to me. So we'll see what happens. I'm confident about tomorrow. I said 3-1. And if, dear God, if Arsenal lose tomorrow, then he should be absolutely slated. And I will. And I will
It will
slate
be
him.
the best
100%.
thing.
No, 100%.
Who will be the replacement?
Yeah, Jez, you're 100%. You deserve to slay him because you've been straight on with him. But for me, I think if you do lose or draw, I think that's when panic buys now ends for us. Now you panic buy Tielemans, you probably panic buy another forward. So before we move on from Arsenal, Joe, do you think that you've signed anyone before the deadline day?
I think all the reports are saying that we are at least one. So like, I'm expecting at least one, whether that's Tielemans, Neto, any of the ones we're linked with.
What's your agenda with Tielemans, by the way?
It's not an agenda. It's not an agenda. I don't rate Tielemans. I don't think if I was picking our team for tomorrow, I wouldn't put him in it. I don't think he's that good.
Wait, so who's better, Xhaka or Tielemans in your opinion?
Right now, I'm keeping Xhaka in that team over Tielemans tomorrow.
Oh.
Really?
Oh,
Wow.
I'm not happy. No. Listen.
Wait,
I'm not happy with Xhaka for the long term. I think we do need to replace him, but I don't think Tielemans is the one to replace him with. If we're going to sign a midfielder, we need a midfielder that's a level above Tielemans.
Savic?
Like, Savic or De Jong or a player like that on that level.
Okay, De Jong is not coming. Okay,
No, I'm just saying a player on that level.
Mate. It ain't Karimo. De Jong is not joining Arsenal. Listen,
Yeah. Forrest, you haven't gotten my opinion on the transfer window. I'll be very quick.
I'll come to you, Manny. I'll come to you, Manny. Don't worry. But before I get my point on Tielemans, I'll come on, Manny. Don't worry. With Tielemans, it's crazy to say that you're going to start man. But for me, I'm not sure about Tielemans. You know, he's not my type of midfielder, by the way. But neutral perspective, he goes straight into the Arsenal team, man, without brainer, man. He goes straight into the Arsenal team. He improves the midfield, and Marnie, don't worry, I forgot about you.
Okay, so the short answer for the transfer window is I would say that the only way we'll know whether or not we've had a good transfer window is when every single player plays. I mean, every single first team player plays, that is, and we judge how good they are. Because bear in mind, not too long after signing for us, Javi Vieira got injured. And we still haven't seen Matthew Turner play yet. I assume that he will play in the domestic cups. He might get a Europa League game. We've had a lot of people, including our very own Mr. Collins, say that he isn't good enough, and based on a few stats I remember. And that's the only way we're going to know. And personally, for me, I remember saying that we should have strengthened in the areas that needed to be strengthened. As has been mentioned, we need midfield cover. But right back is an issue that also has to be solved, because as I said earlier, we could have had Aaron Hickey, we could have had Jed Spence, and they both went to other teams because we dawdled and those other teams took away our lunch money. And we still don't really know what we're going to do. Do we end up keeping Ben Wise at right back, waiting for Tomiyasu to get fit? People don't rate Cedric highly. That's for a pretty good reason. So I would actually say that no, I won't raise it as high as 70. I'm going to raise it for now only at 65. And the only way that can be redeemed is if we see Fabio Vieira play and Matt Turner play and judge how good they are. I'm certain Turner will be better than Runarsson. And with regard to the Tielemans fiasco, I've been speaking with some Liverpool fans, specifically Stephen Stubbs of Statman Stubbs' channel. And they've been telling me that, I've been telling them that if they want some midfield cover, they could also go and get Tielemans in lieu of their injury problems. And they've said, no, thank you. We think he's lazy. So we get some different perspectives, you see. And so I firmly believe that as talented as Tielemans is, I don't know if he will respond to Arteta's hard pressing style the way Xhaka is responding, for example. But we definitely need some cover because A, Xhaka won't be here for the long term, and B, he will do something stupid. That's the third certainty in life after death and taxes.
Yeah.
So we definitely need some midfield cover. I certainly wouldn't mind trying to get Maddison away from Leicester, let him get him out of that quagmire. He's been looking really good for them this season.
But then, Manny, your fan base thinks that Odegaard's better. Remember that debate? Oh, Odegaard's way better than Maddison and all that. I remember that debate then. I don't know, man.
My dear
I think
boy,
you do need a midfielder.
You are dealing with a few people here who do not fit into that fan base mold.
Yeah.
And his 2 goals against Bournemouth notwithstanding, I've now come to see that for all of his fancy touches and his talent, he doesn't offer too much in terms of, assertiveness, physical assertiveness, the way Dennis Bergkamp did. So we need someone who can provide that ballast. And hopefully if Emile Smith-Rowe gets back to full fitness, he can challenge for Odegaard's place and maybe even put his captaincy under threat. But of course that means that Xhaka would end up being captain, but that's another story. But we need midfield cover. We definitely need right back cover. So for this transfer window, I would only give it a 60 to 65%, and maybe it'll improve if we see the other signings play.
Nope.
And if we can get Tielemans, good, but I would say if we can go for someone better like a Paqueta or even a Netham or someone else, we need to take Paqueta away from West Ham's grasp. Otherwise, that would really make me
If they've signed him, I think West Ham have got Paqueta. I don't even think Arsenal can hijack that. The only hijack
No, they have. They have. They're in for him.
Exactly.
They pretty much got him.
Who's that again? Who's the player?
Paqueta.
Lucas
Paqueta.
Yeah, he's going to West Ham. Yeah.
Yeah, he's West Ham.
Arsenal fans, not anyone here. I'm not talking about anyone. I'm not talking about no one here. But Arsenal fans, when they get linked with a player, they think they know. Oh, yeah, I've seen him and all this. Remember, what's that? 2.0 Bruno Fernandes. What's that guy that he signed him?
Vieira?
Yeah, Vieira, man. They're like, oh yeah,
Not Patrick Vieira.
yeah, I watch him, man. He's a baller, man. He balls out for ball. Like, I think Arsenal fans, man, they just need to chill with the.
Yeah, but Oris, to be fair, Man United fans, we're as bad as them. Like, with respect, have you seen all? Was it 34 games of playing Eredivisie? Have you seen 34 games of Anthony last season? You know.
I've seen a couple of games. I'm gonna lie and say I've seen every game, but when we were linked with 10 Hgs, so that was probably in March. That's when I watched Axe properly and see the stuff they play. So I think Anthony will get done over the line. Let's get the neutral fans for Arsenal. It's Louis, Arsenal Fulham. Surely they can win this game.
If they don't win, and then it'll just be screams of Arteta out because it's typical Arsenal, in my opinion. But Arsenal should win this game comfortably. You know, they have a good record against Fulham. They've got 3 wins on the bounce. They're looking good. They're scoring goals. Jesus should get a couple of goals in this game. Mitro might get the one-off goal, probably a fluke, but I'll say Arsenal 3-1.
Yeah, JP, what about you? I know you have to go, I think.
Yeah, I'll make this prediction and I'll head out. Yeah, I mean, Arsenal's just been looking great. This is their first real test of the season. If they can make it past here, I don't see them losing their next. I mean, the first 8, maybe 9 games. It's going to. I mean, they are going against Fulham, who are still technically undefeated. If you exclude their loss to Crawley Town in the a couple days ago, but I mean that was not the real Fulham. But it's nothing's going to stop Arsenal right now except and I think the Arsenal fans here have said that their squad has not been looking too great overall, like in the bench, because one injury, who's going to replace Jesus up top because Eddie's not ready. Ben White is just holding for Tomiyasu to come back. But if someone else gets hurt in center back, you're gonna have to move Gwen White to their force Tomiyasu to the right, because what else are you gonna put in? Rob Holding? I mean, they just need to, and I think that's where, if I'm understanding it right, that why the window has been looking too positive for the Arsenal fans here. And I would agree, because if they need to increase their squad depth, because one injury, and I don't know if they're gonna handle it. I mean, this is talking from a Chelsea fan whose team is beat the hell up. I don't know if I can cuss on your platform, Oris, but
feel free, mate. Feel free,
we're beat the fuck up, and it's looking bad. It's looking just as bad as Liverpool right now. We are, and I mean, I don't know if I even gave my prediction for the Leicester game, but I mean, it's 2-1. But again, we're a red card. Koulibaly, half our midfield is gone, and I don't know who else what's going to happen if Mendy's thinks he's Brazilian again. So I don't know if Arsenal, if they can lose this game, it should be a comfortable win for them, and I don't think it should be a panic for if they don't get the result expected. Arteta is going to be out. It's still early. It's still really early. I just say maybe it's just the expectations of, I think you've been generous as the fan base to give him enough time and trust in the process, so to speak. Now that it's coming to fruition
they don't want to hear those 3 words.
I mean, they can trust whatever, but the thing is that now it's looking like it's coming to fruition. So if it's less than, I don't know, top 4 or even winning the league, they're going to see it as a failure. I think it's a big improvement from what y'all have been coming from 8th for the past couple of seasons. So, I mean, up to y'all too, if you want to, back your manager or not. I mean, who else can replace him? Poch, I doubt he's going to go there because of his Tottenham history, and I don't know if you're going to try to pull a robbery with Potter or who else is available, but this should be an easy one for Arsenal.
Hey, listen, if George Graham could go to Tottenham, Poch is welcome to come to us.
No, fair enough. But yeah, with that, I'll probably have to call it a day. I have to go do something right now.
Charlie, are you trying to, where can people find you?
That's Out of Time Podcast. Same as my Instagram. If you want to follow me on Twitter, which I'm kind of active on, it's Out of Time PC. But other than that, that's pretty much it. If anything, I'll put the link in the live chat before I head out.
Feel free.
All right, and thanks, Oris, and thank you, everyone.
No worries, man. Big up for joining. Big up as always. But yeah, my thoughts on Arsenal. For me, they have to win this. They are there. There's no excuses. Let's move on. Louis, you've been waiting patiently for Newcastle.
Yes.
Now confirmed. I think it's record club fee, right? It's a record club.
Yep,
now.
£63 million. Record signing smashes our record signing of Joe Linton back in 2019, and the first season he was shit. Completely shit. I mean, he wasn't a striker, he's a midfielder, and that's where he is now when he's just performing to strength. It's a great signing because I wouldn't call it a panic buy by Newcastle, because Wilson had the hamstring issue against Man City and he had to come off, and then we had Tranmere in the cup and then he bottled it. So yeah, but it's a good signing from Newcastle. It's like the top Swedish centre forward in the Liga. He hasn't had a very good season this season, but be coming into the side, play with Sam Maximin, you're playing with Sam Maximin, Joe Linton, Bruno, some through balls in. It'll be a good signing, and he'll hopefully play against Wolves. We don't know yet because it still needs to be confirmed. But we're going out to Wolves, and the last time we won at Wolves in the Premier League was 2011, when we had Demba Ba and Jonas Gutierrez up front. So I'm hoping for a 2-1 win. I think it'll be a close game because Molyneux can get very loud and rock when the supporters are behind them. If they go, 1-0 down, they'll come right back at the supporters will be right, back to their team, Wolves, and then hopefully they'll probably get an equaliser. But hopefully we can confidently play this game out 2-1 and move on to Crystal Palace next week, and then move on and hopefully get up the league. But it's been a good start for us so far. I'm really happy with how we've done business in the transfer window. We've got some good signings in. Nick Pope's been fantastic. Man United's been linked with Dubravka. You can take him because he just wants more money.
Oh my days, mate. Oh my days. Dubravka. If we get the Dubravka, I'm finished with this cup. Because honestly, I'll be speaking to you Newcastle fans, and I'll have your thoughts on this. Dubravka again. Correct me if I'm wrong. He's terrible. He's terrible with his feet. He's not even a ball playing. So honestly, I don't know what's going on. But listen, if we get second options for Newcastle keepers, then yeah, it is what it is.
He's a good keeper. It's just like he can't work with his feet. He's just terrible.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Lick Pope is definitely number one. He's cut off his line. He can use his feet to block shots. We've seen it against Man City. He's just a brilliant goalkeeper and should be in the World Cup squad, in my opinion. But yeah, so Newcastle should win 2-1, and hopefully that'll happen. And hopefully another 3 points, and Isaac gets a goal if he plays.
Yeah, I know that Hannah, you have to go. So obviously, shout out like people. I'll put the link by the way for you in the comments. So
So we're 6-0.
Gosh, Hannah, shout out your YouTube channel. There you go.
Yeah, so of course, also going to lose, hopefully. My prediction for that game is 2-1. Also, this game, Newcastle, go and destroy them. Have your fun. Also, have your fun with City. Go do it with Wolves. 3-0. Make it 3-0. One for Newcastle. Yes.
But big up Hannah, man, as
Coach's
always.
Corner on YouTube, Instagram, _Coach's Corner. Twitter, I've been really inactive really past few weeks, so you guys can go follow me there. _Coach Corner, and yeah, so yeah, peace out to everybody.
And also Sonny, you have to go as also shout out your channel.
Yeah, so the name's Barney, that sports guy, covering all things sport. As you can tell, I'm a Man United fan, but cover all things sport. I mean, I think Oris has put
Martin's agenda as well,
yeah, this guy anyway. This I think Oris has put my channel in the comments. Yeah, check it out when you guys get a chance. Thank you once again for having me on. Nice meeting everyone. There's a few new faces, so nice meeting all you guys, and stay blessed and stay safe. Peace, people.
Big up, Sonny. Big up.
Cheers, bro.
Subscribe to Sonny's channel, by the way, and also United Corner here. How you doing, United Corner?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
I'm good. Let's move on. I know Luke has been patiently waiting for the Seagulls, the Brighton Munich. You're playing the Scum, so I hope you do win against the Scum. But talk to me, how you feeling?
Look, we have been so good at the start of the season. Graham Potter couldn't ask for a better manager. Like, I'm so blessed to, it's actually weird because I've never been one to really, I mean, I'm quite young, I'm 17, but back in the day, I've never been really one to always concentrate on managers and always like managers. But I generally love Potter, man. Like, he's so good. He has transformed our team into this dangerous, top 10 team now. And it's crazy. It's crazy. We're doing really, really well at the moment. But, Leeds, 3 games, absolutely smashing it at the moment. They're going to be a really tough side. Listen, we are better away than we are home. So that's the only problem I have with this game. If we played Leeds away, then I, to be honest with you, probably would have put my expectations higher. But as we're playing them home, it's going to be an interesting game. I'm one to be confident in my team. So I'm going with 2-1 Brighton. But if I was a neutral looking at this game, I would say a draw. I would say 2-2. I think there'll be goals because I think Brighton are doing really successfully with scoring goals with Leandro Trossard. Danny Welbeck's on form at the moment. And yeah, we're just all out pretty good. I'm not going to bore you guys talking about Brighton because I know Brighton isn't like as big as a club as Arsenal or Manchester United. But listen, Brighton going to be a dangerous side this year and could be Conference League waiting for us.
100%.
Going for both clubs, by the way.
Yeah. For my prediction, I said 1-1 Newcastle. Yeah. I mean, not Newcastle, Brighton Leeds. The reason why Newcastle in my head is because of flipping Martin the Bradford, but we will get onto that after. But
we should have beat Newcastle, though, I must admit.
Yep, you had us on the ropes.
If it wasn't Nick Pope being an absolute god, should have got it.
But no, I think honestly Brighton should win this. But I don't know. I just hope you guys beat that Scum team. But yeah, it's gonna be tricky. But I'm gonna give all credits to Graham Potter because he just lost Basuma and Kakura, and now the same system, the same football, and he's doing all right. So
it's crazy.
Let's get the neutrals. Marnie, are you gonna give any credits to Graham Potter for this season?
I've already given him as many credits as I could. I don't need to give any more. But as far as my prediction is concerned, this actually might be a tight game, and I think I'm going to have to agree with Luke's neutral prediction, if you will, that it will be a draw. And I actually believe that there will be some goals in this game. I'm going for a 2-2 draw. And both teams have so far been well coached, and they've had pretty good seasons so far. And both teams, mind you, have actually had to let go of a few players because some other clubs have snapped them up. You boys have let Cucurella and Basuma go. Leeds have lost Rafinha and Calvin Phillips. But they seem to have recovered really impressively. And I think that is down
just to note really quickly as well, Malpay is looking to go to Everton, looking to do a medical with them and everything. So that could be a bit of a hit.
Yeah, good news for Arsenal fans, though. Good news for Jez.
No, but here's the thing. You've still got Welbeck, Trossard and Gross can score goals. You'll be fine.
Yeah, maybe.
And,
maybe.
Yeah, so both these teams have recovered quite well, and both these teams will definitely give each other a very good game. I've actually changed my prediction on Leeds getting relegated in lieu of their starts of the season and how tidy and how impressive they've looked. They should survive relegation, and Wolves are now my third team to go down after Bournemouth and Fulham. But like I said, there'll be goals in this, but they're going to cancel each other out. They're both well coached so far, and certainly very attacking teams. And that's all I can really say. And it's a credit to the coaches that they've been able to help those teams recover.
I think it'll be a harder game than the West Ham. Do you guys agree? Do you think it'll be a harder game for Brighton than
West Ham? Yeah, I think it'll be a difficult game. It'll be a difficult game.
Yeah, difficult game, man. Even as United, I know it's always 6 points for United against Leeds, but Leeds are tough, man. This season, Jesse Marsh has been fantastic with his system, the way he's been improving plays. Listen, Dan James is balling out, man. Come on, man. That's all I have to say. Dan James is actually playing good. But what I'm saying for Brighton, just give us all your midfielders, as many as possible. Thank you very much. Louis, Luca, what's your thoughts? Brighton Leeds score prediction.
Brighton versus Leeds score prediction. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Brighton.
Cool. Louis.
2-2. It'll be a close game. Both good teams. It'll be a tough game for both teams, really. Graham Potter, hopefully he'll be the next England manager. Either him or Eddie Howe. One of the two. I'll be happy with.
No, not Eddie Howe. Sorry,
no, not Eddie Howe. You don't rate Eddie Howe? No, okay.
No, not for me. Maybe
2-2.
Yeah, I think
we'll see how well he does with Newcastle. Then
we'll see how Graham Potter does as well. Jez, what do you say for the Brighton Leeds prediction?
Yeah, I'm going 2-1, man. I think Brighton at home are a tough team.
More away, I would say. More away. We're not that good at home. Trust me, we're not.
We saw what happened last season against.
You proved it against Arsenal last year. And I look forward to seeing you guys at that game. I'll be at that Brighton Arsenal with my grandson for his first ever football match. So look forward to seeing you guys there. Anyway, guys, I've got to bounce. My tea's ready. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah.
It's been great to chat to you guys. And secondly, Luca, Manny, yeah, is that right? Yeah, he's right there. Thanks for all your support over something else. But just want to say, Newcastle, I love Newcastle. I love the city. I love the grounds. I've been to Newcastle probably 30 times.
Do you love the accent as well, Jez? The tune accent.
Say again, man?
The accent. Do you like the George accent?
Two of my best mates that I drink with are Newcastle fans, and whenever we go home and away, and it's always a great day out, and love the Newcastle people, just love them. And I'll be there this year again, and looking forward to it, guys. Great show.
Big up, Jez.
Top man. You're a great host.
Thank you, sir. Have a good night.
And big up your YouTube channel as well. The Arsenal history.
Big up.
Big up.
Take care, everyone.
Take care, Jez.
So, yeah.
Right, guys, I'm sorry to also be the one for the tea issue. I do actually have my dinner ready as well. But yeah, look, I tried to stay on for the Brighton, so I'm glad I did
That's
stay
fine.
on. But listen, guys, I appreciate meeting you all. Appreciate coming on the channel. Appreciate it, and hopefully I'll be on again at some point. But everyone, good luck with the season.
Cheers, man. Cheers, man.
Just a warning: if Brighton smack you now, I'm not getting you on ever again. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, but-
Where can people find your YouTube channel?
So, Luke Links Football. Links is spelled Linx for links, as in like chemistry link. Yeah, you can find me there. What I do is I do Brighton matchday vlogs. I literally go to pretty much every single home and away game, and I also do neutral commentaries as well, watch along. So
the link is there, guys. I put the link up. Make sure you guys
appreciate that, mate.
Guys,
Appreciate that.
Yeah, Luke, I just subscribed to you, by the way, and just
Oh,
tell me
thank
what's
you.
on the menu for tonight.
What's that? Sorry, mate.
What's on the menu?
What's on the menu?
What's on the menu? Mackie D's, boys. All right, Mackie D's.
Oh,
Big Friday night.
choice.
Mackie D's. Gotta have it. Gotta have it. Right. All right. See you later, boys.
See ya.
But yeah, I'll put the link in the chat for him. Cool. We'll go back to Southampton now because corner. I didn't even talk about myself, to be fair. But Martin Dubravka, oh my days, mate. Flipping, oh mate. What have United become now?
Hey, honest, listen. If De Gea has another howler, it's either Dubravka or Tom Heaton. Who would you pick?
United corner, man. Before we get into that keeper situation, Southampton, lunchtime kickoff
What
tomorrow.
I'm saying is,
What's your
keep your
thoughts?
chin up. You can't get
Yeah, what's your thoughts, United corner? What's your thoughts?
I'm not sure really. We're like a roller coaster. Either we're up or we're down. Never in the middle.
100%.
We'll either go and lose this game 2-0, 3-0, or we'll go and beat them 5-1, 6-1.
The thing
But
is,
I don't even know how to predict it really.
the last time we beat them, Cavani scored that third goal 3-2. So,
But we're 2-0 down at half time.
yeah. But that was Oli days, man. I don't know nothing about Oli because it'll get too explicit. But for me, I think after that Liverpool win, we should build on momentum now. It should give us more confidence going to this game. But as I said, this Martial news today that just broke out, that's just poor, man. Because that either means we're going to have to play Rashford up top or play a 37-year-old. For me, I'll still go with the same lineup, but take up McTominay, bring in the Casemiro, and then keep it the same. I'll still play because the thing is, Liverpool, we played Elanga, Rashford, and Sancho. I think all three of them played good, so I think we should keep it the same. Bench. I know Hardy will like this, but we're gonna have to bench Ronaldo. Sorry, Hardy, if you're watching, but we have to bench Ronaldo, man. We have to bench Luke Shaw because honestly, man, last year, please tell me how good this guy is. But honestly,
I don't want it to be a one-off game because that would break my heart. The amount of hype I have for this kid, he is so good. And as I said, I hope it isn't just one game because he looks like how Liverpool got Robertson from Hull for a very cheap price. I just hope he has that effect.
100%. And I think Martinez as well needs to get some credit as well because honestly, people have been obsessed with his height so big. The thing is, I saw a lot of change in that Liverpool game. So again, Newcastle's my head. No, but we saw change against Liverpool because every time Martinez or Varane made a block, they were high-fiving each other. Bruno Fernandes, every time he made a block or tackle, high-fiving each other. That's what I want to see. I want to see that connection. I want to see that mentality. I want to see that. I want to see good vibe. This sounds like Oli, but good vibes in the team. But yeah, Casemiro has to start. Even though McTominay been good against Liverpool, it was one game off. So
he was okay against Liverpool.
He was okay, yeah.
He dwells on the ball too much.
This Casemiro signing, I'm excited, but honestly, we should have got this at the beginning, not at the end. But Glazers, man. But
Wait, are you actually confident that we go get Anthony?
I'm confident.
I think it's done. I don't think it's going to happen at all.
Mm.
They rejected the 90 million bid today.
Mike Verberich has just said that Anthony will not play the next game. This guy is literally forcing the move, and I've never seen a player that wants to come to Man United so badly. Honestly, I can't remember. Please correct me wrongly, Nikon. I can't remember the last player that actually forced to come to United. Honestly, no in my head, but Anthony. It seems that that interview that I explained done for Ten Hag's thing, Anthony really stuck to his words because he said, "I will be there whenever you want me there." So honestly, but now we're gonna have to talk about this topic that's always been in my head. Martin Dubravka. We'll start with Louis because obviously he's a Newcastle fan. Talk to me, man. Be real. What do you think about that? Just keep him, man.
Well, isn't. It's a weird situation because Nick Pope's came in. He's only been here for a month, and he's straight in there, number one. He's put in some great performances against Man City, Brighton especially, keeping us in the game. Dubravka's just been sitting on the bench, and he wants to move to Man United, where he's a number two now. He could still be a number two at Man United if you keep David De Gea up in the sticks. But Dubravka is a good keeper, but he can't work his feet. He can't do anything with his feet. That's the thing. He can make some good stops, diving saves, whatever, but he can't do anything with his feet. So he's getting on a bit as well. He's getting older. He's been a good servant for Newcastle. You know, he's a good keeper. That's what I'm going to say. But going to Man United, I don't really see him getting into the first team, honestly. I just see him being benched and then just wasting his career at Man United.
I would have preferred Kevin Trapp to perform, but it is what it is. But United corner, Mertz madness, right?
I don't know why we haven't gone for Jan Sommer. Jan Sommer has one of the best load of stats for a goalkeeper, like distribution-wise, in Europe's top 5 leagues. My mind is doing cartwheels thinking about
The
it.
only transfer I'll do in Newcastle is Bruno Gomes, and that's it. That's the only plan.
No.
Or maybe St. Maximin.
No.
But
Can have
guys,
Chris Wood.
no, mate, I'm good.
We've already
Obviously,
got one
Luke
older
has
striker.
his stream at 8:30. He's got to where I'll be there. So, Luke, I'll just shout out where people can find you.
Yeah, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Luke AFC. We are live in 15 minutes for my Fulham preview at
I'll be there,
8:30. So if anyone wants to come on the channel tonight, any neutral fans, more than welcome to come on the channel tonight. 8:30, we're live doing the Fulham preview. We're on the road to 3,000 subscribers. We're sitting on 2.36. So we're live in about 15 minutes. So
You can catch me on Barney there.
whoever wants to come on, mate, see me at 8:30. But great show, man.
Yeah, big up, man. Listen, your matchday vlogs are just incredible, man. Just keep up the good content. There will be some haters, Luke, but just ignore them. And haters will just come out, just ignore them. But
Yeah, they would.
good content, man. Good
Alright.
content. So big up for joining. And I'll
Alright.
see you at
See you
8:30.
shortly, man.
Yeah, me and Marnie will be there. Right, but just before we end it, we'll just talk about John Myrtle because honestly, I've had enough with people overhyping him, John Myrtle. Just in case if you don't know him, Marnie Louis, he's the director of football for Manchester United. He's been at this
You
club.
can't really call him a director of football, though, can you?
Oh yeah, he's not. Sorry,
He's just a
He's
person.
just-
He's
there
just a
for
character.
paycheck. That's it, paycheck. But
He just stands there and doesn't really do much.
for me, I've always been honest with John Myrtle. I've said I wanted him gone. I've never. Listen, I don't give chances to people. Like players, I will, but people that are upstairs in the board, no way. Because especially John Myrtle, people don't understand. He's been at the club for 8 years, and I know it's been a year now since he's been director of football. But honestly, he just needs to go, man, because he's doing panic buys, man. You never need this wake up. He's honestly doing panic buys, and I'm gonna repeat what Hardeep said on Instagram story, which was spot on. If United was to lose or drop points at Southampton tomorrow, don't be surprised if we reach an agreement with Anthony just under 24 hours, like we did with Casemiro. So honestly, and if we do win, expect it to take on to the deadline day for us to finalise it. But John Murtaugh and also Darren Fletcher, man, what is he doing here, man? Honestly, Darren Fletcher.
What even is his role? Seriously, what is his role? As I've forgotten.
He's there at the coaching drills when we're doing the drills. He's there, and then I said this before my channel. I hate when coaches, they think they're Sir Alex Ferguson, so they get a packet of gum and they chew it. So that's not reflection, mate. Also, with this AirPods thing that Mitchell van der Gaag wears, honestly, please take that off because it gives me Kieran McKenna vibe, man. Honestly,
And
please
Chris Armas.
tell me, an expert has to tell me what they actually listen to. Either it's music, Spotify, or maybe it could be tactics. Honestly, I do not know what they listen
Well, do you
to.
remember Chris Armas from last season?
Oh my!
Ralph Rangnick's assistant manager.
Yeah, man. Do any Newcastle coaches Airport Albert, man? That's why they call it Airport Albert. Marty, man, what's Albert listening to, man? Honestly, what's listening in this airport? It could be Spotify music, to be fair. But honestly, I don't know, man. We still need a change in coach's role. I still believe Ten Hag wants more to be added, but he's not going to say it because it will look bad on the owners. But
You've got Steve McLaren. That's it. Just Steve McLaren.
Richard van der Gaag as well is thing. We brought in a specialist analyst from Ajax as well. Forgot his name, but he's a nobody as well. But honestly, we need more, man. We need. I still believe that. I think Ten Hag wants. I don't know. I have a theory that Ten Hag wants Robert van Persie as his coaching setup. I don't know if it's just me that thinks that, but I think he wants another one that's obviously played with United before and knows how the league goes on. But we just need 3 points tomorrow. No excuses. But the main question to all of you guys: are we going to get the 3 points tomorrow?
You'll get it. You'll get it.
You should be fine.
Lunchtime kickoffs, lunchtime kickoffs are always weird. That's another theory. Lunchtime kickoffs are weird.
Especially with Man United.
Oh, 100%. But if you look at our away record, on my days, mate, we've lost 9. I think it's 9 away games in a row. So whenever it's the teams, it's teams like Southampton that we go away, Newcastle away, like they play like prime Barca when we listen. John just showed me here. He still plays for you guys, isn't it? Am I right?
Yeah, he's injured though.
Oh, okay, good. I don't know when do we face Newcastle? Let me check.
I could double check.
Thing is that when we go away, if the home crowd
October
show
16th.
1 ounce of passion or 1 ounce of atmosphere, these players crumble. Hopefully that will change under Casemiro. But Brentford, the Brentford game apparently had
I enjoyed this game.
The way it's the way because I don't see nobody lifting up each other's heads up, man. They're all just looking down, looking miserable, looking speechless. Like, come on, lift up your heads and say, "Come on, guys, we lose 1-0 down. Let's try and equalize it." Listen, they didn't do that, so I just checked that right now. So October 16, Old Trafford, Newcastle will probably win that, and then now we got away in April the 1st. Oh, great, mate, great. So like prime Barca and Eddie Howe will look like prime Mourinho, but. Nah, guys.
We'll make Paul Dummett look like Maldini.
Paul Dummett, mate. Honestly.
He won't play.
Nah,
God, he was terrible against Tranmere.
But Newcastle, they're looking good, man. They're looking good. Same with Manny's team, Arsenal. Don't worry, Manny. I haven't forgotten about you this time. Arsenal looking good, but I swear down, Arsenal, just calm down. The real test is when you come to Old Trafford. That's my thing. The real test, you come to Old Trafford and.
And with Casemiro in your team, I think he will definitely.
Beautiful. We went from McTominay to Casemiro. Unbelievable.
Yeah, and one more thing about Dubravka. Listen, he's a proven international. I think he's played in the Euros. He won't be completely on the bench because you're going to have the Europa League games and the Cup games.
True, yeah.
He'll be good competition for De Gea.
Can I quickly say something?
You go on.
What?
You mentioned Dubravka in the Euros. Didn't he, against Spain, make 2 mistakes in the first 20 minutes?
He did. But he also had a few other saves as well.
I would say the same about Nick Pope against Burnley.
He's number 1. So look, he can still do a good job for any team. So don't worry.
Yeah, and hopefully just get the 3 points tomorrow, man. Elanga for me. People know my thoughts. I think he's best average, but he was he done up Trent badly, so I'm still expecting the same performance from him tomorrow. So hopefully United win. Southampton, before we wrap it up, before I carry on waffle, but Southampton are 50-50, you know. They turn up on some days and they don't. So also we need to keep an eye on Shea Adams because this guy is scoring goals now. So please, whoever's playing centre, I wouldn't
And
be
he loves
surprised.
to go against us.
Yeah.
He scored 2 last season at Old Trafford and at the St. Mary's.
I think Maguire might start because obviously with his long passes and his, you know, but honestly, just play Malacia and Casemiro. That's what I want to see Bruno getting dropped, but unfortunately, Ten Hag likes him. But that's on Ten Hag really, because Donny van der Beek, we still haven't seen him starting yet. So, but yeah, guys, we're coming to an end now. Marnie, I don't know. You don't have YouTube number, but shout where people can find you on Twitter or Instagram.
Yeah, if you want to see me on Twitter arguing with some clueless Arteta fans, also getting my ears ripped off and me ripping off theirs, you can catch me. I'm there at Thangadare1981. If you want a more personal connection, I'm on Instagram at Manny Thangadare1981. You can find me on a few other channels on YouTube like Del Boy Gunner TV, Stephen Featley TV, obviously RS Talks Football, Hanno's Coach Corner, and also the Football for Thought podcast with Nipun Sharma at NS Sports TV. I just go where I feel welcome, I spew my guff, shoot the breeze, chew the fat, speak my truth, and let the chips fall where they may, as always.
Yeah, just a quick update for Chelsea fans, any out there. Chelsea have reached an agreement with Leicester to sign Wesley Fofana. The bid is 75 million. So,
That's
interesting.
ludicrous.
To be fair, we bought Maguire for 5 million more. So honestly, yeah, whatever. United Corner, shout out where people can find your socials.
The United Corner on Instagram. That's basically it, really.
And Louis.
Libby 105 on Libby 105 on Instagram, Twitter, all the social medias. Libby Von on YouTube, football, all sorts. We do a championship show. I don't do the championship show, but we do a championship show. But yeah, that's my channel. Go and subscribe. We're on the road to 600 at the moment, so nearly there.
Nice, getting to 600, man. Especially with the content that he does. And if listen, I think I'm gonna create a Twitter account soon, and I'm gonna expose these fake journalists, man. Honestly, these fake journalists that's been spreading fake news for you, man. Honestly, man. Even United couldn't know what I'm talking about. Like the people, I forgot one of his name. What was his name? United that said Van der Beek. Not Van der Beek. De Jong was all done. Medical tomorrow, something like that.
Well, there's multiple. The people on Twitter who think that.
Listen,
Zishan
needs to be called out as well. But I will do a stream where I'll be calling out fake journalists.
Well, the main one for me at the moment is Ross Harwood.
Oh, Ross. Louis, do you get any fake journalists for Newcastle?
Yes, we get loads of them. Loads of these in the know accounts just reporting, Joe Pedro's over for a medical when we haven't signed him at all. And Lucas Paqueta's signing for Newcastle only because Bruno Guimaraes is mate with him. Doesn't mean he's going to sign for the club. So it's ludicrous. Like it's just bad.
100%, man. So that's what I mean by I will do a stream where I will expose those. So journalists, I will get Hardy because he's he gets the sources and corner. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Make sure you guys smash the like, subscribe if you're new. The next stream will be because Gameweek 5 begins on Tuesday, so it's gonna be mixed up. So probably on Monday, to be fair, we'll do Gameweek 4 review and then Gameweek 5 preview. So I don't know, guys, just tune in, man. Just turn on the notification bell. Also with the views, big up, man, because honestly, I think one of my videos has like 4K views. So big up, guys, with the views, man. We've been doing really good with the views. And also make sure you guys do subscribe to Louis' channel. The link is in the description. I put everyone's channel in there. So if you just press the description, you'll find his channel link. And with United Corner, obviously, it's Instagram. If you want United news, especially with the deadline day, because we'll be panic buying Memphis Depay and Anthony and Gakpo and
looking at our current transfer strategy next, it'll probably be probably some like 30-year-old from like Ukrainian League or psych.
Listen, the Europa League's coming up, so we're gonna scout some players, man. What's that team?
Will we? Will we?
Yeah, man. I think. Listen, Adnan Nenazar, I wouldn't be surprised if but apparently he's going to West Ham. So, guys, I'm gonna end it here. I might do Europa League draw reaction for United, so just tune into that. But guys, thank you for watching. This has been your Game Week 4 preview. Big up to Louis and Connor for joining, and for everyone else as well. Jez, Luca, Marnie, Joel, who said some controversial opinions, which will be clipped up on Orstocks Football Clips. So make sure you tune into that one because on Instagram. So because we do have somebody that clips up. So it'll most likely get posted. So guys, tune into that, and that's been your Game Week 4 preview.